Good morning, my friends. Today we are in yet another ICON FJ44 restored in a highly modified Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. Specifically, this truck is number 135. Really like this truck. Super muddy. It's been raining for just about a week straight. Well, let's just say my detailer is going to earn his keep because I got it muddy at sunrise. My bad. So let's talk specifications. Really like this color. This is what we call Sierra Brown. And it's a color I developed without anyone really asking for it. For the Peterson Special, if you remember, that truck was kind of a test mule / prototype where I was trying out a whole bunch of new ideas for what now you know as the Gen 3 FJ, which is what we're in. So there were about 3 or 4 dozen concepts that we tried out on that Peterson Special, of which about 30 made it into production. And just the whole vibe of this color with this brown with the black trim just pans out to me. It works out really nice. Also, I'm noticing more and more I seem to prefer the FJ44 with no roof rack or ladder. I mean, obviously, if you have utility for it, if it better enables you to go do what you want to do in the truck, which is why you bought the truck, then get a roof rack. If it doesn't, center of gravity slower, and aesthetically, there's just something about it. Just squat and linear and blocky and just, I don't know. It just feels right. So, Sierra Brown, new school design package. On the outside, we have the auxiliary LED lighting in the front and in the rear. The rear comes on when the reverse light comes on. And then there's a secondary toggle switch under dash, which you can use to light up the hair follicles of that tailgating Prius. And other utilities, I suppose, but that's the most fun one. Up in the front, we also have the Warren winch with the synthetic cable, and that comes with all of the ARB and Viking recovery gear. You have the ICON New School front bumper. In the rear, obviously, you have the dual pivoting carrier bumper system with the Class 2 hitch, and in the case of this truck, it has the reverse camera integrated as well. We have my rear view mirrors introduced with Gen 3. They're CNC'd aluminum and get rid of all of that plastic and metal original ones that were just kind of gacky. They didn't look right. Just work better, made better. Cost me more. Story of my life. I don't know, so many times, I guess I should just be happy with good enough, but then I wouldn't be me. So many times, you know, there's an idea that we have, be it for a bumper, a rear view mirror, a console, suspension architecture, you name it. And we reach out to the leaders in the industry and say, hey, you know, your console's cool, but it hasn't changed since about 1978. So there's new things such as double din radios, been around since the 90s, and other like just evolutionary improvements that can be applied. And then in that case, the supplier said, yeah, we hear you, but no one else has complained. I was like, please take my CAD, you make it, everyone's happy. We don't really, we don't care. So then I get pushed into being a center console manufacturer. So much of our stuff we're making in-house now, but I'm super thrilled that I've been able to find a customer base that respects my lunacy and lets me continue to evolve and add more goodies and perfect things constantly. So here I say almost no two icons have been exactly the same. We didn't just come up with an equation and go, that'll work, and leave it alone. I'm constantly geeking out, and I already got a pretty good list for Gen 4 that we're working on as well. It's got the 3-ply canvas plus 1/4-inch jute plus another 3-ply German canvas, so that's our insulated soft top. Really controls both sound, moisture, and temperature much better than a conventional single-layer top. We have the new ICON New School forged aluminum 18-inch wheels, subtly branded. Floating caps in the middle. So in town or on the trail, as you buzz by, lizard stays floating on the horizon line, which is kind of fun. Totally unnecessary, but kind of fun. Mechanically, this truck is running the LS3, so we're about 420 something horse, 450 torque. It's an aluminum 6.2 liter LS. We're running actually a truck application intake and injectors and Fiat system, which stands for front engine accessory drive, because that helped us find a more ideal fit position for powertrain and get it a little bit lower. And also the injectors and intake help us map a torque curve more appropriate for a truck than a Camaro or Corvette. Really works out nice. Transmissions on this 3-pedal tribe. Rejoice, my dear friends. It's been a while, unfortunately, but this is a 5-speed manual Icon. Hallelujah. At 5-speed in turn, sending power through to the Atlas 2 twin stick shift on the fly part-time 4-wheel drive transfer case, which then scurries that power down to the axles, which in the rear is a Dana 60 Pro Rock high pinion, and in the front is a Dana 44 based with fine spline internals. Those axles are engineered for us by our buddies at Dynatrack, and they're brand new 100% down to the castings. Outer ends of those axles, you will find the Icon Hydro Boosted Sport Brakes developed with our buddies at Brembo. And in the middle on the diffs, you will find the optional ARB locking differentials with a dedicated air compressor. In fact, I actually had to fire those up this morning to get myself out of trouble in the muddy field where I went to take some glory shots. Man, those lockers make such a difference. Do you know what they do? Because it's interesting. I find a lot of people really don't. So, just in simple terms, 4-wheel drive is a total misnomer. You think you put it in 4-wheel drive, and well, I could forgive you for thinking you had 4-wheel drive, but you don't. So what happens is, it's a part-time transfer case. Normal in-town driving, you're going to be in 2-wheel drive high, in which case you're sending power to one rear wheel. Things get a little sticky, you get out, you engage your front hubs, you lock the worn hubs, you hop back in, you get rolling, and then you adjust that front axle into high range. So now you're in 4-wheel drive, but it's 2-wheel drive. Don't look at me, I didn't make up these terms. So now you have one rear wheel powering the vehicle and one opposing front wheel. Now that's nice, that'll get you by, but in many situations on loose terrain, be it pebbles, rocks, sand, mud, you name it, snow, you're gonna get stuck. So the ARB lockers, first you power up the air compressor, you give it a couple seconds, it'll fart, goes brrr, and then it's happy. And then the switches under the dash allow you to engage the rear locker or the rear and front. Now it won't let you lock the front without the rear because you are going to screw stuff up. What that does is locks power to either both rear wheels or alternately all 4 wheels. So now you're talking, now you have the best traction you're going to get. So compound that by engaging the transfer case in the low range settings front and rear. Now you have massive torque because of the gear reduction. And you're going to have to work pretty darn hard to get stuck. So pardon that little cul-de-sac of information, but I thought it was worth covering. So back to this truck. Coilover suspension designed with Eibach and our buddies at Fox Racing. This truck specifically has the Icon Sport suspension, which denotes the nitrogen-charged remote canisters. And you'll notice those cans have 2 adjuster wheels on them. So now your suspension is tunable, and on the fly you're able to adjust the reaction time for up travel at high speed as well as low speed. And that works out really nice. Can't say you need it, but it's not that much more money, and it looks nifty, and when you do need it, you're really happy you had it. So this truck has the Chilowich interior option, which denotes the American-made woven gray vinyl, which you're going to find through the center panels of the seats. That also continues down to the removable floor mats. The floor mats are rubber-backed, Dynamat lined, Chilowich on top. They're super durable. Chilowich is a really good product aesthetically. First of all, if we did it without it, the whole truck had the Mercedes OEM vinyl. It just kind of looks flat. It doesn't have any surface character, and dare I say it kind of cheapens the vibe of the interior. But perhaps more importantly, Chilowich breathes. So during the summer, wearing shorts, you're not going to cook your ass. And during the winter, you are going to cook your ass, because when you turn on the optional seat heaters that this truck has, the carbon fiber blankets breathe super quick through the Chilowich and warm you up. Seating configuration on this truck's a bit unique. We have the traditional ICON buckets in the front, but you'll notice the second row is a bit unique. It's a 3-passenger bench seat that we fabricated for the client. We've done it a couple times. We don't do it too often. My biggest reservation with doing it is that if you're going to have seats in the cargo area, the ingress-egress sucks. So you're having to actuate, zip open the rear window, drop the tailgate, open the carriers. It's just a lot of work. This client understood that. He goes, yeah, that's fine, but I need max 7-seat capacity. He's like, the little kids are going to be in the back, so they don't care. They'll jump in the second row. So there you go. So be it. It works as long as people understand that limitation. In the third row, we fit 2 of the ICON jump seats, which are steel construction mandrel bent. Those use the 10X snaps, which are the same snaps that we use on our soft top. So instead of those marine turnbuckle thingies or conventional zippers that all seem to fall apart within a year, these are really more intelligent design. You kind of pop them like a zip to lift the head to get them to disengage. When you put them back on, you just push them back on. So we use those for the stay straps on the jump seats. And then you'll notice underneath the jump seats on this truck, the client added 2 of our gun-rated locking storage bays. We also, in the cargo area, stuffed one of the power tanks. So those compress CO2, which compresses at a far higher rate than air can. So it reinflates your tires or inflates your dirigible or whatever the heck you need to inflate a hell of a lot quicker. This client must be a fan of inflatable things, because we have the ARB compressor, we have the power tank, and last but not least, we have the new ICON Vi-Air air compressor option. So that comes with its own little goodie bag with the tire valve and inflation tools and filter. And then we integrate that into the rear quarter panel on the driver's side. So it's got a nice mud shield, waterproof switch, but it's out of the way. You'll never see it. It doesn't take up any usable interior space, but it's a great tool to have when you need it. For audio, we have the Mac Daddy ICON audio, so Pioneer NEX 8200 head unit with CarPlay, Bluetooth, reverse camera, Alpine amplifiers, JL audio bass, and focal, I'll never get that straight. For the speakers, specifically their higher end K2 line. Sport pedals, which are the machined aluminum pedals. Really good on a muddy day like today for giving you trusted grip. And then the ICON fire extinguisher. The ICON pen comes with all trucks. Super cool little pen. Kind of a rifle action machined aluminum situation. Those are available on the website for sale, by the way, if you're interested in a wee bit of swag. And, we switched shifters. I want you guys to vote. So this truck has a different manual transmission shifter than you would usually see. I stumbled into it in the hunt for another vehicle for a one-off shifter. It's just like an 8-ball. Super simple, round, feels really nice to the touch. The one we were running before was aluminum, and I wasn't necessarily in love with the shaping of it, but I also noticed as the weather got worse, man, that aluminum gets stupid cold in the morning, and I just didn't like it. So I geeked out and I found another one. Do you guys like this one? What are your thoughts? Please share your thoughts. As always, we could not do this without our greater ICON community. Much obliged. Any questions, feel free to reach out old school, 818-280-3333. The website certainly is icon4x4.com. Instagram is also icon4x4. So is Facebook, and then me on Facebook personally is Jonathan Ward. Thank you again. Have a great day. See you next time.